Good evening everyone. How are you all? I have shared the YouTube link with all of you. Our regular classroom is not working actually. Is the audio video good? Confirm once. It's fine. I'm also doing good. Rishidev, thank you very much. Good evening everyone. Okay. So today you don't have chance to talk to me, right? Generally our classroom remains audio video enabled. We all can talk to each other. We all can see each other in our regular class. But I don't know what happens. Something randomly happened. I guess there is some server issue, so the classroom is not working. Well, I hope that's not a big problem because we have YouTube available. So you can talk to me on YouTube itself. Okay, whatever you write in comment box, I can see here. Good evening everyone. Please share the class link, YouTube link with your knowns, whoever you known to. Okay, so now let's start. One more moment, please. I need to upload our presentation that I have. I'm not able to make attendance today. Yesterday we discussed about passive voice, simple present tense. In today's class, we will discuss one more tense, that is simple past, and then we will go through some applications in daily life uses. Okay. So I would like to give you a recap. revision. We did simple present tense passive voice yesterday. Passive voice, and I told you the structure was we write subject first. After writing the subject, we have to put either is or am or are, depending on what subject we are using. Sometimes you may need is, am, and sometimes are. Then you use V3, then by, and then here you write object, and subject goes at last. Subject goes to last. As I told you, there is a difference between active voice and passive voice, right? Active voice, when we have to mention the subject, Mohan breaks, or Mohan is taught. Notice that Mohan is taught. That means someone taught to Mohan. Who taught is not written. Subject is not written. Then what is Mohan? What is Mohan? I understand, Shubhansi, don't worry. Anjali, class has been started. I hope you are getting the audio and video. See, this is the object. Mohan is taught. Mohan is taught means Mohan is object. Mohan is not doing anything. Mohan is not doing. Mohan is not teaching. Teaching action has been done by someone else. That is not mentioned. Subject is not mentioned. Only object is there. If you want, you have choice to mention the subject, but it is not necessary to mention. This is what happens in passive voice. Okay. Now let's move on to simple past tense passive voice. In today's class, we are going to do today's topic. Simple past tense passive voice. Simple past tense passive voice. Before we go through passive voice, I would like to give you an idea about what is active voice of simple present tense. Active voice. Simple present tense active voice has an structure subject plus V2 plus object. For example, he broke my pencil. He broke my pencil. Subject plus V2. Subject plus V2. This is simple past tense active voice. Simple past tense active voice. Subject plus V2. Let us see some more examples. I taught you. right? I taught. Notice here subject plus V2. This is again active voice. Subject plus V2. Now let us go through passive voice. This was active voice. Now let us see passive voice. Today I am feeling very different because generally we do the class in audio video medium, right? We are able to talk to each other, but in today's class I am not able to talk to you. I hope the problem will be resolved soon. I am checking if that server issue is corrected. No, it's still having problem. Server still has a problem. So how are you feeling, students? How are you feeling? Feeling good with this way of class where you cannot talk to me? Are you feeling comfortable? Passive voice. We write object first. In passive voice, we write object first, then we write was or were, and then we write V3, verb third form. I told you yesterday, in passive voice, we always use V3, third form. After that, if you want, you can use by plus subject. Let's have some examples. The first sentence in active voice was, he broke my pencil. He broke my pencil. Now I want to say the same thing without pointing towards someone. I don't want to blame that person who broke my pencil. I don't want to mention the name of the person. I don't want to point towards anyone. I just want to say that my pencil is broken. Okay, I will not mention that person. So I can say my pencil, because this was subject, object, my pencil was object. I wrote the object first, object, my pencil. Now you can easily understand which one should come here, was or were. What's your reply? Was or were? What will be here better? Punirja Cooking. Okay, the name showing here, Punirja Cooking, is writing bad. Can you tell me your name? Is it Palak? Was is correct. My pencil was. Singular subject is followed by singular verb. Subject verb agreement. My pencil was. If it was plural, my pencils. If it was my pencils, then we could have used were. My pencils were. But we have singular subject here, my pencil. So we have to use was. My pencil was. Now we have to use V3. So which verb was there? Broke. Broke is V2. Break, broke, broken. Break is V1. Broke is V2. The third form of this verb is broken. Broken. Now I have the choice to mention that person here or not to mention. That's my choice. I told you yesterday in yesterday's class. Okay, so the first sentence has been changed here into the passive voice. Now let's come to the second sentence. I taught you. Can you guess what should be the passive voice of the second sentence here? Okay, Palak. Yeah, I understand this experience may not be good. You have only the chat option, not talking option. I hope the problem will be resolved soon. Try to convert it into passive following the same pattern. Try once. I'm waiting. Okay, maybe you are typing, it's taking time. So I continue. Object is here, word you. So if we want to write passive voice of this sentence, we have to start with the object you. You. No, Apurv, that is wrong. That is wrong. You was also is not correct. You should be followed by were. You were taught by me. That's correct. That's correct. You write object first, then you have to choose the suitable helping verb. You should be followed by were. That is an exceptional case. That is an exceptional case. Generally, what happens? Singular verb is followed by singular subject is followed by singular verb generally, and plural subject is followed by plural verb. But this subject you is optional. You is followed by were. No matter if it is singular or plural, you should be followed by were, not was. You were. You were. Then V3 comes of this one, and by chance the V3 of this word is the same thing. Teach, taught, and taught. Teach is V1, taught is V2 and V3 both. So V3 will be the same thing here. You were taught. Now it's your choice to mention the subject here or not. If you want, you have to write by and then subject. Subject goes here to be me. Case change. Subjective case changed to objective case. It became me. You were taught by me. Okay, I hope this example has made sense to you. So let's move on to have some more examples if you are ready. Try to change these sentences into passive voice. Change into passive voice. Oh, I forgot something to tell you. Yesterday I sent homework also in the class notes. I sent, I guess, 13 to 15 sentences, and you needed to change them all into passive voice. Did you all try with them? You might have tried, and If you have any problem with any of them, you can let me know. Let me know if you have any problem with any of them. Give me a moment, please. Okay, no one said anything about the homework. I hope you might have done your homework completed, right? You might have completed your homework. Okay. So the sentence that you have to change into passive is my friend Satish helped me a lot. This is the sentence. Okay, Anjali, you don't have any problem. That's great. My friend Satish helped me a lot. Try changing it into passive voice. All of you should try. All of you should try. I'll wait for a moment. Try changing it into passive. I hope you are trying. I hope you are typing. That's why it's taking time. I was helped by my friend Satish a lot. Okay, Anshuman. Okay, Anurag. Yes, that's correct. You need to identify the object. Me is the object. So write it in place of here, in place of subject. Object will come here in this place. And if we write here, we write me word here, I'll write it I, not me. You have to change this like this. I was helped. I should be followed by was. Then V3 of this verb, that remains the same. Helped is V2 and V3 both. I was helped. I was helped a lot. Yes, Anurag. Video is delayed on YouTube by a few seconds. It is delayed. I was. Notice that it is V2. It is in past. Sweta. It is in past. Oh, sorry. You have written was. I thought you have written is. That's why I'm telling. Okay. So I was helped a lot by my friend Satish. My friend Satish. Done. Next sentence I am writing here. Mr. Mehra and his wife worked out just a moment. Mr. Mehra and his wife wrote a novel. Try to change it into passive. Try to change it into passive. Anyone trying? Try the next one. Okay, Palak came out with the answer. A novel word. Palak, be careful about the number, singular or plural. that is a problem in the subject verb agreement. A novel was written by Mr. Mehra and his wife. That's correct, Apurv. Shweta, you made a mistake there. You have written wrote. It should be V3. Wrote is V2. So the answer is a novel was written. A novel, that is a singular verb, you should write was, not verb. Understood, Palak? A novel was written by Mr. Mehra and his wife. Correct, Rishidev. Good. Well, so I gave you 2-3 examples. Now, students, there is another question. We have learned what is active voice and passive voice of simple past tense and simple present tense. Now, you might be thinking how to use it in your communication, in your writing skills. You all belong to schools, right? You all are school students. So sometimes you might be required to write some essay or some writing skill, any other writing skill. So basically you can use the passive voice of simple past tense when you are writing something of historical event. Suppose someone tells you to write about history of India. You are writing about history of India. That is a past event. You will be writing something about the past time. So you will have the chance to write the sentences in simple present tense passive voice. I am going to show you the essays. See, this first essay I have carried here. I hope this is visible to you. Now see here, it says there is an essay on Diwali. Suppose you have to write essay on Diwali, and I have not written it. Let me tell you honestly, I have not written. I have copied it from somewhere. For the education purpose, I want to show you how we can use simple present passive voice and simple past passive voice in our writing skill, in our communication skill. So just for that purpose, I have copied it from somewhere. See what is written. Diwali is a festival of lights. It is one of the biggest and grandest festivals celebrated mainly in India. This was the first sentence. Second. Then it says, Diwali is a festival commemorated to mark joy, victory and harmony. Diwali, also known as Deepavali, falls during the month of October or November. It is celebrated. Notice here, it is celebrated. See the structure. Simple present tense. It is celebrated. Object is V3. Object plus helping verb is then V3. It is celebrated. Did you see simple present tense has been used here? After 20 days of the Dashhara festival, the word Deepavali is a Hindi word which means an array of lamps. Deep means earthen lamps and Avali means a queue or an array. Queue means the lining, array means arrangement in a row or in a column. Next it says Diwali is celebrated. Notice again here, Diwali is celebrated. Again, object plus is plus V3. So there are two sentences, one here, another here. Diwali is celebrated. Simple present tense passive voice. Identify the structure. Diwali is celebrated. If you write V3 after is plus V3 is the identification. When you write is plus V3, you have written a passive voice. Is, is, am, are, followed by V3 is an identification that it is passive voice. Simple present tense passive voice. Is, am, are plus V3, it is simple present tense passive voice. Simple present tense passive voice. Okay, so in short, you should remember it. Is, am, are, then V3. It is guaranteedly nothing else. Nothing else. The only option is simple present tense passive voice. Is, am, are plus V3 is only falls in this category. Simple present tense passive voice. Similarly, if you write was, were, was or were plus V3, this structure is guaranteedly in the category simple past tense passive voice, not any other category, only one category, simple past tense passive voice. Simple past tense passive voice. Okay, so you should remember. Let's move on and let us find out some more sentences. In the honor of Lord Ramachandra, because on this day Lord Rama returned. Can anyone tell me what is this structure? Lord Rama returned. Can anyone tell me what type of structure this is? I mean, which tense? Which tense? Try to mark it. Write in the comment box. I am looking at your comments there. All your comments are visible to me. Can anyone tell me which tense it is in? Which tense structure it is in? Lord Rama returned. Past indefinite. That's correct, Rishidev. You can say simple past as well. No, Palak, it's not present perfect. It's simple past, subject plus V2. Notice Rama, Lord Rama is the subject and then V2. Subject plus V2 is the simple past. No, Sweta, it's not past perfect. It's simple past, or you can say past indefinite. Many people call it past indefinite. Some people call it simple past. That's the same thing. So it is in the category of simple past or past indefinite. Okay, but I'm not going to highlight this because my motive is to highlight only the passive voice. So we are trying to find out simple present passive voice. Returned to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile. During this exile period, he fought with demons and the demon king Ravana, who was the powerful ruler of Lanka. On Rama's return, people of Ayodhya lit diyas to welcome him and celebrate his victory. Since then, Diwali is celebrated. Notice, again we have got a passive voice sentence. Diwali is celebrated. Object plus is plus V3. It is celebrated. Diwali is celebrated. Both are these passive voice. Now let's move on. Diwali is celebrated to declare the victory of good over evil. And then it says, as a preparation, houses and streets are cleaned. Notice, houses and streets are cleaned. This part of the sentence is passive voice, simple present tense passive voice. Simple present, not past, simple present tense passive voice. Are is here, that is indicating it is present, not past. If it is past, then it should have been was or were, but we have are, so it is present, simple present tense passive voice. Next it says, on this day crackers are burnt. Again we have got a sentence of simple present passive voice. Crackers are burned, right? Then it says, diyas are lit. See, another sentence. Diyas are lit. And the next one is, sweets are exchanged. Another, the last one. So this was an essay, and you see here how many sentences are there from simple present passive voice. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next page. Now this is another essay about the history of India. Sorry, the heading was not changed. I forgot to change the heading. Let's remove it. So it is about Dr. Vallabhbhai Patel, Sri Vallabhbhai Patel. I hope you know this name, Sri Vallabhbhai Patel. I hope you have heard of this name. India before British rule was not a country as a whole. It was divided into smaller countries, now states of India. Earlier, many states that we know presently were countries before British rule. Many countries were there, and every country was having its king. Every state was like a country, and these countries were ruled by kings. I am trying to find simple past tense passive voice. I am trying to find simple past tense passive voice. In 1947, when Britishers decided, this is simple past active voice, subject plus V2. Britishers decided to leave India. Power was transferred. See, we have got our first sentence of passive voice, simple past tense. Power was transferred to Indian leaders. Okay. Power was transferred to Indian leaders. So the word here, the sentence here, power was transferred is the simple past tense passive voice. Identify it. Notice object plus was plus V3. Object plus was plus V3. Who transferred the power is not written in this. Who transferred the power is not written, but what was transferred is written here. Power was transferred to Indian leaders. Let's move on to find some more sentences. Are you aware of simple past passive voice? Okay, now it's your chance. After this sentence, start from here and find out the first sentence. I mean, not first, the next one. Find out the next sentence which is in simple past passive voice and write in the comment box. Let me know. After this, which next sentence is simple past passive voice? I am waiting for your reply. I am waiting for your reply. Try. Everyone should try. I have underlined one of the sentences. Now you have to find next sentence after that. That's right, Palak. Yes, you have found the first sentence that I missed earlier. Yes, it was divided. Very good, Palak. Correct, Rishidev. Yes, so there are two. What after this? Find out next sentence. Was appointed. Yes, perfect. Yes, Rishidev. The next sentence is just after this. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was appointed. Yes, correct. So we are identifying simple past passive voice. Perfect. It's first prime minister. And after the word and, we have another sentence in simple past passive voice. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was appointed first President of India. Again, so these are all simple past passive voice. You can see here how it is used. So whenever you will be writing an essay, you will be using passive voice of simple present and simple past. Correct, Palak. Correct, Rishidev. Yes, Rishidev, because it is delayed on YouTube. Okay, next time I will remove the delay option. Accidentally I chose this option, so it is delayed. Patel was regarded. Where? Which sentence you are in, Palak? Elected. Elected, yeah, elected word is here. Let me find out. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel united all the kings of various states to form India as a country. This iconic figure of India's freedom movement is often referred. Notice that simple present is also used here. Is plus V3 is often referred. Simple present. Simple present as the Iron Man and the unifier of India for playing a pivotal role in the integration of more than 500 princely states to form a new and united India post independence. When he was in class 10, Patel was regarded. Oh, that's the sentence. Okay, Palak, I found it here. Yes, Patel was regarded. Very good, very good. regarded as an average student in 1922, 1924 and 1927, he was elected, correct. He was elected as the municipal president of Ahmedabad. In 1930, during Gandhi's Dandi Salt March, Patel was arrested. Yes. Again we have got a sentence, simple past, passive voice. Patel was arrested, but the government action only further intensified the protests. After being released from jail along with Gandhi, Patel was elevated to the post of the INC interim president. Elevated means he was promoted, he was appointed as the president. So elevated means when you are raised to some height, like your post is promoted, you have been elevated. Patel was elevated. Okay, so we have seen some real life examples, right? If you read the English newspaper, you might have seen many historical events, and if you study it properly, you will find many sentences of simple present passive voice and simple past passive voice. So my motive was to just to give you the real idea of how to use simple present and simple past passive voices in our writing skills. Okay, so see, learning is one thing, but practicing is another thing. Learning is one thing and practicing is another thing. If you think you have learned it, then you need to practice it. Keep it in your practice so that you can use it in your communication. Okay, sorry again for not having this audio video communication. Next time I will arrange something else. I don't know how this happened, the server issue. I am also not feeling very much comfortable in this mode. I like teaching in audio video classroom mode, but it was the minimum requirement that we fulfilled without our real classroom. I hope you have enjoyed learning. Okay, you can share the class link with others also. Whenever class happens, you know anyone, your friends, you can share the class link with them. At least you should share the channel link, Telegram channel link with your friends. Let them join, let them have advantage. This class is open to all. Anyone can join without any fee, without any charge. Okay, on every Saturday and Sunday. And time fluctuates sometime. Mostly it happens at 6 o'clock in evening, but sometimes if there is any change in the timing of the class, I'll let you know on Telegram channel only. So all the communications I make is given on Telegram channel only, Gurukul Telegram channel. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe the YouTube channel, and you can press on the bell icon as well. Whenever I arrange online class, live class, you will get a notification. You might have seen on the channel there are many maths videos as well for RD Sharma solutions and NCERT exemplar solutions. You might have seen some videos. Take advantage of those videos. Watch it, share it. Okay, write some comments if you want to ask about anything, any point that you want to discuss, write in the comment box. Okay, now bye bye for today. See you in the next class on the coming Saturday.